A lot of people have been sounding the alarm about CBDCs, a government cryptocurrency that would send all your data to the government. Do you read the wrong opinions? Did you donate to Canadian truckers? Did you buy a gas stove or a gun? Did you eat your bugs? A push-button secret police, no warrants needed. Of course, you don't do a police state for fun. That's no way to get budget. No, you do it for control. And a CBDC delivers, giving bureaucrats push-button control of every dollar you spend. Sure, you can have the stove, you just can't actually buy it. But a CBDC does much more. The police state's just the opening act. The next step is a complete gutting of the private economy, turning it into a Soviet-style centrally planned dystopia that allocates capital, business loans, mortgages, car loans, student loans, by politics. So how do we get from an innocent little police state to full-blown Soviet ghost plan? The loaded crossbow is right in front of us, the bank run. Because the CBDC is housed at the central bank, at the Fed, it has no counterparty risk. Because the Fed is literally a giant money printer, it cannot run out of money. Sadly, commercial banks do not enjoy this privilege. In fact, they don't want it because they know they have no self-control. They know they're addicts. They know it goes right to hyperinflation. This means that the first bank crisis under a CBDC will cause not today's hundreds of billions fleeing from community banks to big banks, but a much bigger flood, perhaps many trillions, from all banks to direct accounts at the Fed. Even if bank lobbyists negotiate a so-called intermediated or wholesale coin, it's just for show. It's slapping their logo on money housed at and controlled by the Fed. Banks become resellers, little strip mall storefronts reselling cell phone minutes or timeshares. Their logo is on your life savings, but they no longer control it. So who does control it? The federal government. Well, the hypothetically independent Federal Reserve that has failed so spectacularly these past couple of decades to resist political pressure that it is effectively the administration. So your life savings go from nominally competent and vaguely risk-aware bankers to whatever bureaucrat came up with the scheme most pleasing to the activists and cronies who pay the bills in Washington. United as one with these strip mall bankers who recycle their lobbyists to feast on your trillions. The endgame is a Soviet-style allocation of productive capital by political fiat tempered with crony lobbying. Business loans, mortgages, car loans, student loans, all parceled out by bureaucrats and the politicians they serve. The end of innovation, the end of job creation, the end of credit scores. Why bother repaying your loans if it really doesn't matter? All bank deposits, essentially all life savings, become one giant government handout. In that brave new world, if you've got some wacky scheme you can sell to a bureaucrat, or better yet, an activist, as in the Soviet Union, the world is your oyster. Run it into the ground. But heaven help you if you want to set up a machine tool shop in Wisconsin or a cattle farm in Wyoming. Sorry, carbon footprint says no. We already know how the Soviet economic story ends. Total social control, an economy that no longer innovates, that instead competes for political favors, one that delivers empty shelves, years-long waits for electricity or water, a simpler time when we were destitute. All right, we'll be watching. See you next time.